half filled with water, and I place it in this tripod stand, and I am going to rotate it in a vertical circle. First I will make a few oscillations. So that it will get sufficient velocity, and then I will whirl it into a vertical circle. You see that water in the cup will not fall. Thank you. Here I want to illustrate the influence of surface tension on certain shapes. Surface tension is a phenomenon by which the surface of a liquid, whether it is water or kerosene or any liquid, acts like a stretched elastic membrane, and it is able to contract the surface suitably so that the surface, for a given volume, the surface area becomes a minimum. This is the principle by which lead shots are prepared. Molten lead is poured from a height, and due to gravity they fall down, and due to turbulence and other effect they assume fragments, and these fragments become spherical in shape, and they are collected below in a cistern which contains cold water. Therefore, they condense as a spherical balls inside the cistern which contains cold water. So, from a top end, due to surface tension, it takes a spherical shape. In all the fragments are in spherical shape of different sizes. It could be because of surface tension. This principle I am going to illustrate here in a different way. I am creating a soap bubble, which is a water with some chemical, so that it becomes, it has a certain surface tension in between two threads. And when I dip it in soap solution and stretch it out, it takes a shape like this, and this shape has got a minimum surface area. If I rotate it along this axis, principal axis, then it will develop a shape which is known as catenoroid. Because it is catenary, rotated is called catenoroid, which has a minimum surface of a revolution. This equation mathematically is given by y equal to cos h x by e. It looks like a parabola, but actually it is not a parabola. It has got a definite shape given, known as catenary. This is the equation, and you may see that in many places where these strings are attached as fans, due to their own weight, these strings, they fall into a shape which is exactly catenary shape. You can see it in many places where a rope or a chain are put in between two pillars. So this is the way in which the transmission lines you can see on the landscape from one end to the other end. Between the two towers, the wires in the transmission line, they will assume exactly catenary shape. Another illustration I want to give in support of surface tension, that is, liquid has got a surface tension property. It behaves like an stretched elastic membrane. Here is a mesh which is attached to the top end of it. Has got an annular hole in which I have attached a small mesh, wire gauze. Then I close it with water there, and I put it upside down. I put it upside down. Normally people will think that water will leak through the, continuously flow out, water will leak through these holes inside the mesh, but actually water is kept intact because of its own surface tension. You can see water is in between the mesh. Focus பண்ணுங்க மேலே இது வருதுல்ல. But if I tilt it a little bit this way or that way, water may fall from the sides. But when I put it again vertically, water doesn't fall, because water has to come only through the mesh, and because of the surface tension, the water flow downwards. So it is defying gravity. Actually, water is defying gravity. So due to the surface tension, there is an equal and opposite force in the upward direction defying gravity. G is downwards. The force due to surface tension on this column of water is upwards. Thank you. So in this circular tray, I have got a solution of water and a little bit of soap, and then here between two straws I have a string, and I have soaked it well through the soap solution, and I am trying to stretch it out carefully. You will find that it will take a catenary shape. This is the principle of a suspension bridge. This is the principle of a suspension bridge. The civil engineers are in favor of construction of a catenary bridge. In between these two strings is a thin film of soap solution, and because of the surface tension, it takes the catenoid shape. Very fine curve. Thank you.